Delaware Loophole. Talking about corruption again. And guess who's front and center?
Could it be Hillary?
Hillary Clinton yet again. So recently, the Panama Papers had came out in which it exposed tax evasion and money laundering because of that trade agreement with Panama, which nobody saw it coming except Bernie Sanders and others, because Panama's economy is just so small it couldn't affect our economy in a positive way. But nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that their laws really promoted and were designed to facilitate money laundering and tax evasion. Nobody saw that, right? Well, this Delaware loophole it's very similar to that, isn't it?
It's like an onshore tax haven.
Right. Yeah, it's an onshore tax haven within the United States of America. So there's this one address. The address is 1209 North Orange Street in Delaware. And it has about 285,000 businesses registered at that address. Businesses like Apple, American Airlines, Coca-Cola, Walmart, yeah. Dozens of other companies on the Fortune 500 list as well. Also, who has corporate or businesses registered at that address are Donald Trump. He has many, 385 or something like that. It's 370 something actually. He had that many businesses registered there, and Hillary Clinton has businesses registered there as well. Wow.
Well, has she said anything about such places that offer tax loopholes?
Right.
Has she said anything?
Yeah. She said after the Panama Papers came out, she said, some of you may have just heard about these disclosures about outrageous tax havens and loopholes, and super rich people across the world are exploiting in Panama and elsewhere. We are going after all these scams and make sure everyone pays their fair share here in America. So she's false on two levels here. She's talking about how Panama is a fraud and we have to end this scam, right? Which she helped.
Well, that's
create.
what I'm saying. Didn't she create?
She was for the Panama Agreement because she was Secretary of State and she pushed for this agreement.
So she's either trying to be obtuse about what this trade agreement was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Or she's lying.
Yeah, and she didn't know anything and she's just following orders.
Yeah, just follow. Yeah.
Either way, it's bad. But back to this Delaware loophole, right? So, like we said, Delaware loophole is very much like the Panama debacle, right? So in Delaware, what companies do is that they register in Delaware and they're able to escape taxes in other states. So they don't have to pay, they shift their income to Delaware so that they don't have to pay their taxes on that income in their other states, which is what's it called?
Corrupt.
Yeah. Oh, tax evasion.
But
yeah.
But many people who are like defending this say that, well, they still have to pay taxes in the state of Delaware. Right. But I'm like, but it's less.
Right.
You're not paying taxes in the state that you're doing business.
Right.
That's corrupt.
Right. Just for a little bit of comparison, there is a address in the Cayman Islands that has about 18,000 registered businesses there. It's in the Ugland House or Ugland House, whatever you want to call it. It's a 5-story building, and Barack Obama, our president, he called it either the biggest building in the world or the biggest tax scam on record. That's just 18,000 registered.
So if that's a tax scam,
yeah,
then
285,000 businesses.
What is Delaware?
Exactly. What is that? Delaware lets companies take advantage of strict corporate secrecy laws, business-friendly courts, and the Delaware loophole, which can allow companies to legally shift earnings from other states to Delaware, where they are not taxed on non-physical incomes generated outside of the state. So sometimes they're not even taxed on the money. It's not just that they're paying less in Delaware. No, they're just not even taxed in Delaware. I mean, this is corruption and tax evasion, and Hillary Clinton is tied to it.
Yes, but that doesn't mean she's like affected by it.
So as a result of this loophole, it's estimated that in the last 10 years, states have lost $9 billion because of this Delaware loophole. $9 billion.
I thought Hillary Clinton cared about this country's infrastructure.
Right.
Now, don't you think that $9 billion affects the states that are not getting their share of tax dollars?
Right. This revenue, right? So if these wealthy individuals and these corporations aren't paying their taxes, who does that burden fall on? Who does that burden shift to? Yeah, the average taxpayer, isn't it? Like middle class people.
But she's for the middle class.
She's for the middle class and wants a pay raise for the middle class, right? But then she goes about and shifting money away from state so that middle class has to pay more in taxes. But that doesn't sound like she's for the middle class.
That sounds like she's for herself.
I haven't heard about this anywhere on corporate news. I haven't heard this at all on CNN, MSNBC. I haven't heard this anywhere, right? So one, it's not even getting out to the general public. You have to find this online, okay? This was on The Guardian, okay? So that's one. But two, if her supporters even came to knowing this information, would it matter?
No, it wouldn't.